As I'm sitting waiting for a video to load here, I was making a different video. I just figured I'd look at Facebook, whatever, and I'm scrolling down here and I see a clip of this baseball game that was played July 21st, so yesterday or tonight, depending on how you look at it. So anyway, what happened in this game was this guy Franklin Gutierrez hit a grand slam or whatever in the eighth inning. It was the Mariners' 43rd win. They ended up winning 11-9. But let's check out the clip on Facebook here. It's so rigged. I don't know how they do it, but first off, look in the background here. So look at the ad here. Call 811. Interesting. This thing has been never even heard of it until last year at the Kentucky Derby or whatever. Call 811. But the score was 7-8. And it was the eighth inning, and it was a 1-1, and then he hits the grand slam. So we got, and you'll see eighth inning, 1-1, so 8-11. The call 811 on the background. Well, hits the grand slam to give them a score 11-8. I mean, give me a break. So let me go back here a second. I mean, 11-8 in the eighth. It said call 811 in the background. It was on the 1-1. That was what the count was, 1-1. He hits a grand slam. The other team even had 8 points. And, I mean, talked about February 21st, 2/21, 52nd day of the year. That's when he was born. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Also says his professional career, he was drafted or was signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers as an amateur free agent on November 18th, kind of like 11-8. His name in gematria, Franklin Gutierrez, is 214. 214, just like Valentine's Day, 214. If you do his full name, it adds up to 122. 122nd prime is, or 122nd day is 5-2. Pope Francis, 122. Tons of stuff. San Francisco, 122. Just a million things with 122 that have been recent. Also, his name in Pythagorean gematria is 97, and the reason I put that in there was because death to flying things is also what they call him. If you add that up, it adds up to 97 as well. Pretty sure, yep, 97. So his nickname is 97. His name adds up to 97, and then 122 and 214. And he got, so this is kind of like 1118 or 111-8 or 11-8. But on April 3rd, 2004, so 4-3, he was traded by the Los Angeles Dodgers with the player Andrew Brown, who was born on the same day as Michael Jordan, and he's 34 years old. I've talked about this and the Civil War and whatnot, all kinds of stuff they've been doing in the news with these numbers. It even says his win-loss record is 4-3. But they got traded to Cleveland for Milton Bradley. Just reminds me of Monopoly or whatever, who knows. But he was born the same day Abe Lincoln died. I mean, come on. So he got traded. He played, the guy who hit the grand slam tonight plays for the Mariners, Seattle. And this guy, his last major league appearance was in Seattle for the Mariners. And wouldn't you believe it, this guy was in trouble for domestic violence that I've talked about, who knows, for the last week or so. Really went into domestic violence and how they did it with sports and all that. And supposedly he beat his wife and all this or whatever. And his wife ended up dying at age 33. Go figure. But it says April Sports Illustrated said he's free pending a second appeal and he has not yet spent a day in jail. So interesting though that he's just was around a domestic violence case. Even was sentenced to 32 months in prison and 52 weeks of domestic violence. I mean, come on. And I guess maybe I was just thinking of board games in general, because Milton Bradley wasn't the Monopoly guy. It's actually Parker Brothers, I think. So who knows? I just think of, whenever I think of board games, I guess, it's Milton Bradley. But give me a break. He was born on 11/8. I mean, look at all these 8-1-1s and 11-8s in that game. The guy is traded for a guy named Milton Bradley, and Milton Bradley was born on 11/8. I mean, it just never ends. Like, this guy got famous or whatever from the checkered game of life, and it was actually based on little-known Republican presidential nominee Abraham Lincoln. And but then somebody wanted his money back because the picture wasn't accurate because Lincoln decided to grow his beard out. I mean, give me a break. So that was, the game proved an instant success. Bradley personally sold his first run of several hundred copies in a 2-day visit to New York by 1861. Consumers had bought more than 45,000 copies. 45 is evil. 1861. I've talked about 61, 1861. The Civil War, this is when the Civil War began. I mean, it's just ridiculous how that a baseball thing leads me to all of this, and it always comes to this. But I mean, to clarify this, the game, it doesn't say what the original game with Abe Lincoln was called. He burnt all the pieces, blah, blah, blah. But then it says he was looking for an alternative project, and then that's when he made the checkered game of life or whatever, and that's where he got his big break. But I mean, his first game that was popular until Lincoln got rid of his beard. I mean, really. I mean, it's just stupid. 11/8. It even says Milton Bradley was taken over by Hasbro Inc. in 1984. We talked about 84 with Obama. Was born on 8/4. Tons of stuff with 84. But if you add up Hasbro Company, it adds up to 44. Obama was the 44th president. Or is the 44th president, and also 89, which talked about how it all deals with the Queen. The Queen is 89 this year. Franklin Gutierrez was also, he played for the Mariners. Look at it. Mariners adds up to 43 and 97. 43, significant, Civil War. Abe Lincoln was born on the 43rd day of the year, became president on 3/4. Kansas became the 34th state 43 days before Abe Lincoln became the president. But also Mariners is 97, just like the guy's name, just like his nickname. Even the guy who was pitching was born on 5/2 of 88. I mean, really? I mean, whatever. I'm sure I could look into this. I'm literally just looking into it while this video loads. So, probably just gonna stop here. Who knows? If I find a whole bunch more, maybe I'll make a part 2 or something. But it's just ridiculous. It's all rigged. So I guess just have a great night, and hopefully keep on enjoying the rigged sports. Yep. Bye.